Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Love for Intuitive Astrology. My name is Michelle and today I will talk about the placement, the natal placement of Pluto square Mars. And for the ones that have been on my channel before, some of you know that I've been making several Pluto videos. And the reason for this is that I am a Pluto dominant. I have Pluto and my ascendant 1 degree apart. So I have my own life experience being a Plutonic person, and I have I have a very strong aspect with Venus. I made a video about this, and I promised you to make several videos. So Moon, Sun, Sun is still coming after this one, and Venus. So if you want to see more, let me know in the comments. Yeah, because Pluto is one of the most sensitive planets, and it requires you to do some shadow work. And Pluto square Mars is one of these planets, okay? It is really, when there's a square, there's a tension, right? So if we look at Mars, this is a very masculine planet. So Mars is all about, it's a warrior energy, masculine energy. It's about passion, aggression, right? And with every planet and asteroid, and you know, we have the highest form or the highest octave and the lowest one. So we can apply like the highest form of Pluto or the lowest form, right? And this is why you see so many negative things about Scorpio, but it's literally because Pluto rules Scorpio, and many people say bad things, but this is because Scorpio has 3 levels. So you cannot compare one person to another. You cannot compare one Pluto person to another, right? Like, there are people who are very deceptive and very bad, but there are also people who really worked on themselves and really managed to transform these qualities into higher qualities. But it's very important to do shadow work. So yeah, Mars is all about action. It's about going after what you want, right? It's a very conscious planet. This is what I'm going to do to get after what I want. And then we have Pluto, which is subconscious, which is very often projected in the people around you. It's all about the underworld. It's about transformation. It's about seeing the darkness so you can go to the light. Only if you clean up the mess that is there, right, you can go to the light. So it's very funny because I've seen some spiritual teachers as well, and they have very strong Pluto placements. So it's about transforming the darkness within you and moving it into the light, and learning how to accept certain parts of yourself and not walking away from it, okay? So when you have a square, there is a tension going on between your desires, right, and your hidden kind of desires, because Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. So it's much more unconscious, but the desire within your DNA is very strong. And a lot of times with Pluto, especially if you have Pluto in like the 4th house, there is a part of ancestral, kind of a dark pattern in your ancestors. So there is very often something transmuted within you that you are being triggered to transform. So it is possible, especially if you have one of the planets in the 4th house, squaring 7th house, or you know, the ascendant. It could be that you have to deal with kind of an aggressive family dynamic. And I know a lot of you with this placement had to deal with some type of abuse, right? Not all of you, but many of you with Pluto square Mars had to deal with this kind of abuse. And this is very often related to an ancestral line or past lives, if you believe in these things, right? But I challenge you to open your mind and see that some things that maybe don't make sense in this life could come from another lifetime. So yeah, you're gonna be triggered a lot. And this is going to be you triggering, and it's going to be other people triggering, right? So you're going to see the two perspectives. So there is some type of anger that might come out. But it could also be that when you're not so good at expressing your own anger, that you're going to trigger other people into becoming angry. Just to feel it within yourself. So you would say something to someone to trigger them, and they become angry, and this is called a projection. Why are you becoming angry? Why are you doing this, right? But people can also do that to you. With this type of square, it's either you or the other person, because there is an extreme going on. Extremely going into your Mars or going into your Pluto, which on the lowest form is manipulation, and its highest form is transformation, regeneration, standing up after tough times. It's really this warrior energy. But you have an unhealthy warrior and you have a healthy warrior, you know? And I hear some of you are watching this video and you're like, but I'm a girl. What are you talking about? So if you're a woman and you have displacement, you do have some masculine qualities, right? So you do have this, drive, this competitive drive, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So look at where your Venus is to balance out these kind of masculine energies. So there is no combat in your relationships. So if you're a man, it's a little bit easier, okay? But that can lead to aggression. So it has to be, it's a very sensitive topic, right? Because you might not even notice any of this is there. And then it's always projected on the outside because it's somewhere in our DNA. And this is what is the tricky thing about Pluto, right? Like I have Pluto square Venus, and I never realized how much I try to control things. And with me, it was controlling love with Venus. But if you have Pluto square Mars, Mars is the planet of action. So you can be quite forceful, right? So you could be like a super duper type of leader, leading the team, sharing common goals, going towards your goals. It doesn't have to be with a team, but you're a great leader. If you're going into your highest form, you are going to be a massive, amazing leader. However, you could come off as a little bit forceful, pushing, decide now, do this now. So this masculine energy can be overbearing. So what you have is a huge masculine cloud where the other person can only respond like this. So imagine pressuring someone in the corner and say, run. But you're pushing them against the wall. But run, seriously, try. So this is really hard, you know, and the way to go for Pluto square Mars is to do either a lot of sports or have a lot of goals and go towards these goals. So you have healthy ways of transmuting this energy and transmitting it into something you're really like following this desire, this aggression into something really good, fighting for something good. This is how you can work with these energies. Something else very visible with this energy. So there is this forcefulness, right? Manipulation or control by aggression. So be aware that other people might need more time to come to certain conclusions. So when you're being forceful, do it in a way that you forceful on yourself. So goals, sports, and it also can really transmit itself into a high libido. So people could have like kind of an obsessive quality about having intercourse, and this could be because you have this like drive, you know, like this drive yeah, to have intercourse. So you might be quite forceful when it comes to having sex. So make sure to really listen to the other person. Is this person ready, right? So for men, it's very important to listen to the woman, to when they are ready. So not dominate them into your desires, because they're very strong. So find healthy outlets for your desires. As a woman, this can be difficult when you're trying to maintain a long-term relationship, because your desires can be overbearing, and the man might lose his masculine qualities because he might feel like you come on too aggressive, right? So ways to overcome this again is to have a super duper passion for something. So you have a lot of energy. So imagine like everything hidden below the surface, and sometimes you don't even realize how powerful you come across, because this aspect is a powerful being, very powerful. Some of you also really good at like detectives, good leaders. You can read people really well, and this might trigger you sometimes because you see the darkness in others, and then you become very angry, because Pluto is very often, if you have a strong Pluto placement, you can read people's energies, especially the bad ones, right? So that's why there's such great detectives. They can read the beep, the BS, like in a second. So make sure to have healthy ways of releasing this energy, because there's also a lot of frustration. So if you don't have a healthy outlet, and you're not bothering others with this, you might bother yourself by being frustrated. When do I reach my goals? When does this happen? So make sure to not skip too many steps towards where you want to be. That's another very important thing to realize. Like, make sure to take things easy, like step by step by step by step, okay? This is not an easy placement, but it's a very rewarding one. Because if you know how to transfer this energy into being a peaceful warrior, yes, I want to call it a peaceful warrior, you're going to have a big impact, because you have a lot of drive to get things done, right? And sometimes you might even wonder and look at other people like, why don't they have this drive to succeed, this drive to go to the top, this drive, because Pluto can be very, very committed, right? So, I always thought that I wasn't too committed, but then I realized that I am very committed. So to what I want to achieve, to what I want to do. So it's important to have a goal, a mission, and meditation. But actually for you, martial arts would be even better, because then you can use fighting with transmuting your energy. So if you can do martial arts, it's a great way to deal with this energy. Watch out for cheating. So this is a placement that can result in some kind of cheating, you cheating or the other person cheating, right? It could be the other extreme where, for example, your libido is cut off. You don't want to face it. This is Pluto, subconscious. And you don't want nothing, and you shut yourself off, and your partner's cheating because of that. That's one way to go. Can also be the other way around, right? It's going up in excess, and you are the one who's cheating because of the desires, and this, you have so much energy within you, it's really hard to know what to do with it. And it can be scary. So some of you find it so scary that this power is running through you that you're trying to run away from it. And running away from it is it's not a guarantee for success, okay? So it's really important to face it, to really understand it, because probably as a kid you find it hard to deal with it. But with age, right, we fall, we make mistakes, and we regenerate, we come back. And, you know, if you did well, when you get older, you will see things will get much easier. There will be less fighting, because it might be that you feel like you're always in some kind of arguments or fights, or people feel threatened by your presence. It's because of this massive explosive energy that's within you. It's like this little, it's like there's like a little alchemist within you that's like boiling like different type of I don't know, like ingredients, and people feel like walking on eggshells a little bit, like, ooh, this can explode any moment. And this is what happens when there's no healthy way of releasing it. So sometimes, especially as a woman, have your ways of releasing this masculine energies, because you might come on too strong with men, and this could be a reason why relationships not working well, unless you are into women, which would be much easier, right? For a guy having this energy, it's a little bit better, because you get like kind of this alpha male energy. So you're very charming, you know, but a little bit dominant you can be. So make sure to not dominate the workplace, dominate your relationships, and really try to see things from different perspectives and use this power. You know, I always say, and I learned this from my astrology teacher as well. She told me, like, a real powerful person is just, you know, as a woman, she said, wear your invisible crown and just know your inner power. You don't need to fight, right? You can listen, you can learn from other people and still not give away your power, right? So it's important to not give away everything, your power, into work, for example, that you feel so burned out, like some of you burn out because you give away everything. Or, you know, watch out also for schemes, not going into the fast money making things, okay, or the criminal activities, because there is some magnetic pull to that, to the underworld. And some of you might have been or might have experienced like these kind of things. And that's okay, because that needed to be part of your life experience. But the trick is to get out of it, to learn from it, and to teach others, right? And this could have to do with some kind of addictions as well. Because Pluto always represents desire, like, and desire to experience part of the underworld. So, for example, I had it on my ascendant, so I was born into kind of a difficult family dynamic, and I've been really attracting like really dark type of people and relationships, and I had to learn through that, and I got the knowledge of that, and now I know this what's happening over there, down there, and I decided consciously to step out of it, and consciously to raise my frequency and to really work on my shadow sides. This is the trick about Pluto square Mars. There's a tension. You will keep having combats, difficulties. You know, even in relationship, you might attract abusive people, even if you're not relating to anything about what I say. That's the square. You go into the other extreme. You might attract people who are abusive to you. Because within you, is this unexplored shadow side that wants to control, that wants to dominate, right? And you might even have a way of controlling the outside world by having your house perfect, having everything aligned, not being able to sit still, right? Like always need to be on the move, always need to be somewhere, right? Without getting into alignment with your body. So it's almost like there's a disintegration, like one part of you wants to be over there. You're always planning, and the other part stays in the past. So there's kind of like sometimes you're overpassing your alignment. So it's very important to sometimes rest and really feel in your body, because it's hard to feel when you have so much action energies. But sometimes you choose the wrong paths. And I don't want to fear, because It's never the wrong path, right? But sometimes your decisions are better made when you're meditating first, or going to this Tai Chi, or going to martial arts, some kind of thing where you do your sport and you rest, and then you have a better overview of where you're going into. Because this is also the case with making decisions. Like if someone comes with a scam, you might go into it because this person is answering your desire in the moment. And this can be the same with sexual encounters. This person might bring you the desire in the moment, and then you regret it later because it was an impulsive decision. And this is part of Mars. Mars is masculine. It's more impulsive. It's more action oriented. And it really depends on the whole of your chart. But this is more or less what I've seen with this placement. It can also create some type of obsessions. So going overboard on sports, going overboard with work, overboard with, for example, sex. So it's not easy, and I know it is not, to balance this energy and let it come together and let it be in alignment. To learn how to pace yourself sometimes, and if you feel you need to release this energy, go run, have a passion, put your passion into something good, be a peaceful warrior, because you can be a very transformational, insanely inspirational person. If you use this energies the correct way, you can transform a lot of people. You could become some kind of sports and mental coach, right? Someone who's really has a drive to change people, because Pluto can be a catalyst of change for many people, right? It is a very prominent placement that can really, when you dive within yourself, you can help others after that, right? So even if there's a sense of addiction, or a sense of some kind of obsession to something, look within. It's the only way to see where does this come from. Very often, control comes from a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-love. You know, you want to control because you don't want to be disappointed, right? A fear of abandonment. If I just, you know, if this person I'm dating is leaving and they didn't text for 2 days, I'm gonna just send them a text because maybe they'll leave me. And it works the other way around. It's gonna be a counter effect, reversed effect. So make sure to not come across too dominant. This is why people leave sometimes. So it has nothing to do with your self-worth, you as a person. When you see that you are your value, you are powerful and beautiful, and you are perfect as you are, you don't want to control any longer. And the power is in your hands, and it's a healthy one. It's not, I need to get this person to do what I want to do, or triggering people. This is a typical Pluto thing. Triggering people, right? Like with the moon, that you trigger when there's an aspect with the moon. I very often see people trigger to feel something. And you trigger people to feel this aggression. If you lack having a healthy aggressive speech. So it's good to speak up when you need to, and to things that bother you, speak up about it and tell them to people, because they might come off later, come out as a bomb, right? So yeah, there's some kind of desire, but make sure to dive so deep that you know where this desire is coming from. If there's a more of an obsession, this means or you're very into someone. Like, wow, this person is all over the moon. Why? What does this person have? Maybe you're very intrigued by someone that maybe has no boundaries, right? So you can be like, because this person does, you know, you can push them, towards certain ways, but at the same time, it never gives you satisfaction, because deep down you want someone to push you back. You want someone at the same level as you, right? So if we have, like if this is the relationship line, right, and you are here with passion and masculinity, aggression, you're gonna attract someone that's somewhere here. This little left, you know, and especially for women, this is very good to know that like this super aggression or this forcefulness or this desires can lead into the other people kind of running away, right? So make sure to use this energy for the good, and you could be one of the most inspiring leaders out there, right? You could be like someone who starts a business that turns out to be major, right? Or having some kind of passion that can reach a big audience. But the universe is telling you, you will get there when your ego is dead, when your ego let go. You're doing it out of a desire to work hard, out of a desire to work with your masculine energy, okay? And the outcome doesn't matter. And you will see, if you turn this around, this power, this energy, this drive, you will have become magnetic, and people will come to you. People will come to you. And, you know, give, of course, give, but tiny bits, right? Because sometimes you want to overly share as well, which is lovely, but try to pace it and not go too fast into relationships, because someone is triggering this desire, and very often this is not the healthy person you can build a long-term relationship with. So there's a difference between you know, affairs, like short-term things, and that feels wow, like this love at first sight, and then later on it turns out you've kind of overlooked the qualities of the person and they don't turn out the way you want them to be. So it's better to take it easy, or to, you know, do your things. But when you really want a long-term relationship, it would be good to really see the qualities of the person, okay? And to really go, like, get to know someone. So yeah, good to do meditations to forgive your ancestors, very important. You know, they just were on their soul journey just as we are now, and maybe that was their type of experience they needed to have. They have a better overview from up there right now. So forgiveness is a huge thing, and also forgive yourself, okay? Really forgive yourself for anything that has happened to you in the past, or anything that you've done or other people have done. Try to break the cycle by not doing what other people did to you, but by forgiving and saying, thank you for this lesson. I've learned my lesson. I forgive you. I forgive myself. And I'm going to let it go. Thank you. So being grateful for this lesson, and this is hard, especially in really extreme situations. This is hard. It's going to take a lot of time. But in the end, you do forgiveness for you, to let it go out of your body. Because when you are angry, you're angry to someone that did something to you, it stays in your body. And it brings diseases, and you're not feeling well, and headaches, right? Because people with Pluto square Mars often have headaches, right? Migraines, headaches. Energy doesn't know where to go, and the rage stays in the body. So when you can release that and see life from a really high perspective, and see that we are just transforming in trying to be our best selves by embracing our true nature, which is love. And then we can just let it go and forgive, and, you know, it is a sensitive topic, but I really want to give you the key points, and this video is really for people who are ready to take on this journey of self-awareness. And it's not easy because, you know, as a Pluto person myself, I had to see things about myself, about my family, and I'm still on my own journey. But the more you release, the better things you will attract, right? So for example, if you try to manifest, it's been hard when you haven't, because the anger and all these things that happen to you, even in past life, they're still in your body. So you subconsciously attract people that have these qualities that are hidden within your DNA. So I thought for a long time, oh no, I'm this victim of this, that. But there's a reason. And we have to forgive, and we have to move on, and we have to make difficult decisions. Because Pluto is life, death, regeneration. So there will be cycles in your life with people, with work probably, with friends. It's going to be hard, but look at the lessons. What can I learn from this person who came into my life? Did this damage, or did I did this damage too? It's a karmic placement, so really diving into self-awareness, spirituality, martial arts is the only way to use this aspect as something really positive, right? So yeah, I think I covered most of it. Anyhow, I do private readings as well, so you find my email in the description box below. I'm soon working on a booking system, so it will be much easier, but I will release that on my YouTube channel, and I really hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for all your love and support, and I wish you all the best. You are so beautiful inside out, and working with this placement can really help you, hopefully, get all the things you desire, all the things that you want, and also the things that the universe brings you, and you will get rewarded for working on this placement. So bless you so much. Thank you, and bye bye.